Leiter, and Rocker that they've made the team. We've also informed Haggerty and Evan Carter that they will not be breaking with us. We've made the decision to outright Dane Dunning and remove him from the 40-man roster. So there's still a couple moves that we have left to make. Likely that Patrick Corbin is going to agree to be optioned and make 2 starts in the minor leagues. We're working through that right now, but targeting April 11th for the date at which he would join the team, make sure we get him built up responsibly. And then there's 2 spots left on the pitching staff that we'll decide after today's game. So it's kind of an update on where things stand. Josh Young's being scratched today with some neck stiffness. He's been dealing with it the last couple days. We don't think it's anything serious. Should be ready for Thursday, but want to make sure we don't make it worse today by playing him. And same thing for Corey with his calf.
Are Rocker and Leiter in the starting rotation?
They are. Yeah, we reserve the right, Evan, to use openers or different creative ways to protect them to some degree, but both have had really good flashes this spring. I think the talent on both is obvious, and they've earned the right to be out here, and we're excited to watch them.
What does Evan Carter, where do things stand with Evan Carter? I mean, what have you informed him in terms of what he needs to do?
Just we want to get the best version of Evan, and he's not swinging it at the level we know he's capable. We think he's going to be a big part of our team, and we need him to be the best version of himself to help us win. And Leote has had a great spring, swung the bat very well. He's caught the ball defensively, and he's earned the opportunity to be our center fielder right now. Josh Smith, the same. Josh coming off a good year last year. He's had a relatively good spring, and we want the best version of Evan, and if we get that, he's going to help us win a lot of games.
One other thing, with opening a spot on the 40-man, I think Pilar had a determination yesterday. Is Pilar on your team?
Yeah, Kevin Pilar has been informed he's made the club.
So he'll be added to the 40?
Yes, he will be added.
So did Dane, with 4 years of service time, could he have refused the assignment?
Yeah, he could. He would forfeit his salary.
Okay.
Yeah.
But is that decision still pending?
That's his determination. But I think Dane knows. We view Dane as a player who is a championship caliber player who helped us win in 2023. The best version of Dane Dunning is good enough to be on our team and be in the rotation. He's not there right now. Our goal is to get him right and to get him back up to the big leagues and helping us as a starter or as a reliever. But we know how important his versatility is, and we're going to need him, and we need to get him going here, and believe we can, and this is an avenue to do that.
With Evan, what gives you knowing him the way you do, what gives you the confidence that he can deal with this adversity and come back better than ever?
Oh, he's just a tremendous person, competitor, high character. All the intangibles, he's going to be fine. He just needs the reps. He missed a lot of time. Swing's not dialed in right now, but in terms of the person, trust him immensely and have full confidence. He's going to get going here, and when he does, he's going to be right back here.
What was the biggest difference between Dane in 23 to 24 to you?
Well, the consistency of commanding his pitches, the quality of the stuff, and just attacking the strike zone. And last year really was not great with first pitch strikes, pitching behind in the count too often, and the stuff was a little down. Mechanically got away from himself, so we want to get the mechanics back. We feel like when we get the mechanics back in line, the stuff will return, and he'll pitch with confidence, conviction, attack the strike zone, and his stuff will play in the zone.
Is there a component with Evan? In spring training, it's hard to do this, right? Because you're not going to play guys every day. But do you need him to go down there and play 7-10 days in a row, something like that?
Well, Evan,
I'm asking.
It's impossible. The minor leagues don't play 10 days in a row, so it's just you're asking a question that's impossible. Like that's
bad
what we. I mean, we view Evan as an everyday player, and he needs everyday reps to get his swing back, and he's going to get that.
I apologize on this.
No, it's all right.
Do you think with him right now it's as much mental as it is physical, the swing?
Of course. Anytime you struggle in the game, I've been there. It's just anytime you struggle, you start thinking mechanics and you start getting a little technical on the pitcher's mound or the batter's box. And we see this with Dane a little bit too. The game's hard enough when you're going well, when everything's in sync and you're in rhythm and you're timing. The game's hard enough in those moments, much less when you're out of sync, out of rhythm, and you know you're competing for a spot and you're pressing and it's just part of the game. And so he's a young player. He's going to be fine. This is not a signal of how we feel about Evan. We believe in this player immensely. It's our job to put him in positions to be successful, and we feel like this is the right move for this moment today as where we stand. And then, in 10 days that could change, and Evan gets going, he's going to be right back here. He'll be a mainstay in the lineup.
On Rocker and Leiter, I mean, is that a rewarding feeling to see two homegrown guys who both battled various things to earn the opportunity to be in the rotation?
I'm thrilled for both those guys. Any young player who makes the opening day roster, it's a significant accomplishment. That said, what I'm most excited for is watching them continue to improve and grow and help us try to win our division and a championship. And that will be the definition of their success. It's not going to be just making the opening day club. It's what we do from here moving forward. So there are going to be bumps in the road for both of those guys. They're young pitchers. That's normal. I certainly remember how hard it was to go through those times, but they're ready for this level. They've shown flashes of it this spring. They're great competitors, and they're only going to get better.
Is there an element with Rocker and Leiter of this? Like there are other guys you could add to the roster or to the rotation. I don't know that you could go have higher upside for any two guys than those. Does that matter?
Yeah, it matters. I mean, they're the stuff quality that these guys have. They're capable of being successful major league players, and we view them as guys that are going to be in our rotation for years to come. And this is part of their development. And I think you guys know I like to set fair expectations for young players because this game is really, really hard. And while we believe they're going to get off to great starts and win a lot of games here, there are going to be bumps in the road. And it doesn't mean that they're not good or they're not ready for it. It just means that all young players go through it. So I think it's just I want to qualify that as we start here the season because they're going to be really, really good. It's just pitching development is not perfectly linear.
So the two bullpen spots, it would appear to be Murphy, Church, maybe Latz and Garabito.
That's fair. Yeah, all those guys have had levels of consideration. So I think we're going to look at the needs coming out of today's game, make sure we get through it healthy. Certainly we need a length arm. And then we'll decide if we need a second length arm or somebody shortened down.
See, right, and this may be a matter of semantics. I just want to double check. You said you've informed Carter that he won't make the team. Is there any kind of consideration of opening him with him on the IL as opposed?
He's being optioned. Yeah.
What Zeke? What made him worthy of that bench spot, I guess, or the roster spot?
Yeah, it's a moment in time decision. Zeke, obviously, I think in the last few days we started to see a little bit better swing. I think the positional versatility and just being able to play the left side of the infield, we felt like right now, staying on roster is the way to go. That could change in 10 days. So we'll evaluate kind of as we get into the first week, 10 days, 15 days of the season, see where we are and reevaluate.
Haggerty have an out, or will he go to AAA?
He does not have an out until later in the season.
So he will go to AAA.